Hi friends, I'm Clara. Welcome back to Sweet Vintage Home. The air is starting to turn just a little bit crisp here, and like many of you, my thoughts are turning toward making the house feel ready for the season ahead. But if you look around a traditional American cottage this time of year, you might notice something a little different than the bright oranges and bold patterns we see in the stores. There is a quiet, beautiful tradition of the white autumn, a way of decorating that relies on ivory lace, cream-colored crochet, sun-bleached linens, and the natural textures of the harvest. Today, we're exploring how to bring that classic white cottage fall look into our homes. It's a style that feels clean and bright, yet deeply nostalgic. We'll look at how these neutral, handmade layers can soften a room and bridge the gap between the warmth of summer and the coming winter, all without ever feeling cluttered or loud. Before we dive into these ivory layers, I'd love to know, do you prefer the traditional bright fall colors, or are you drawn to a more neutral, quiet palette in your own home? For many of us who live in smaller homes or older cottages, the traditional explosion of fall color can sometimes feel a bit overwhelming. When you have a cozy living room or a narrow kitchen, adding too many dark or heavy decorations can make the space feel smaller and perhaps a bit restless. That is why the white cottage approach is such a wonderful solution. By keeping our base colors in the realm of buttermilk, cream, and soft ivory, we allow the textures to do the talking. Think about the difference between a bright orange plastic pumpkin and a hand-crocheted cream cotton pumpkin sitting on a lace doily. One is a loud statement, the other is a gentle invitation to look closer. This approach is rooted in the way our grandmothers often decorated, using what they had, which was usually the fine white linens kept in the cedar chest and the natural elements gathered from the yard. In a small cottage, white fall decor acts as a breath of fresh air. It reflects the lower autumn light and keeps our rooms feeling spacious. When we layer a cream-grained sackcloth over a wooden table or drape a heavy ivory afghan over the back of a chair, We aren't just decorating for a season, we are adding a physical layer of comfort that makes the whole house feel more cared for. In the living room, the goal of white fall decor is to create a sense of collected comfort. We want the room to feel like it has been layered over time with pieces that carry a story. One of the most effective ways to do this is by focusing on the seating area. If you have a neutral sofa or a slip-covered armchair, try folding a vintage cream cotton crochet throw, perhaps one with a raised popcorn stitch or a classic shell pattern, across the lower third of the seat. The weight of the cotton adds a cozy feel, while the intricate handmade holes allow the fabric beneath to peek through, creating depth without adding bulk. On the coffee table or a side nook, look for a piece of American milk glass. A simple white hobnail pitcher filled with nothing but dried stalks of wheat or some bleached eucalyptus can change the entire mood of the corner. Beneath that pitcher, place a crisp white lace doily with a pineapple motif. The contrast between the sturdy glass, the rustic dried grain, and the delicate lace creates that collected, not cluttered look we all love. It's a simple arrangement that feels intentional and rooted in tradition, much like something you might have seen in a Midwestern parlor years ago. The kitchen is truly the heart of the cottage during the fall, especially when the baking season begins. To bring a nostalgic white fall feeling here, we look to our textiles. Instead of paper napkins or modern tea towels, try bringing out your well-preserved white flour sack towels, the kind with the hand-crocheted scalloped edging. Hanging one of these from an old wooden peg rail or over the handle of the oven adds an instant touch of Sunday kitchen charm. On the kitchen counter, I love to use a large vintage yellowware mixing bowl as a centerpiece. Fill it with several small white baby boo pumpkins, or even a few handmade crochet pumpkins in different shades of cream and buttermilk. This uses a functional piece of American kitchen history to celebrate the harvest. If you have a wooden bread box or an enamel bin, placing a single white ceramic pitcher nearby with a few sprigs of dried berries keeps the palette unified. It feels clean and organized, but because of the handmade textures, it never feels cold. It's about making the everyday routines, like reaching for a tea towel or prepping a meal, feel just a little bit more special. As the evenings get cooler, the bedroom should become a sanctuary of soft, white textures. Fall is the perfect time to pull out those heavier heirloom pieces that may have been too warm for the summer months. A classic white-on-white patchwork quilt or a cream chenille bedspread is the perfect foundation. There is something so comforting about the weight of a traditional quilt. It feels like a hug from the past. To give it a specific fall touch, layer a smaller handmade crochet blanket at the foot of the bed. I like to use one in a slightly deeper ivory or oatmeal tone to provide a very subtle contrast. At the windows, consider the way the autumn sun hits the glass. Replacing heavy drapes with simple cotton lace curtains allows that golden, low-angled light to filter through, casting beautiful patterns across the room. It's a soft way to acknowledge the change in the season. On the bedside table, a small white McCoy pottery vase, or even a simple mason jar painted in a matte cream finish, can hold a few dried flowers from the summer garden. This keeps the room feeling restful and connected to the natural world outside, without the need for any theme decor. One of the best things about decorating with whites and neutrals for the fall is how practical it truly is. These pieces don't have to be packed away the moment Thanksgiving is over, because white crochet, lace, and quilts are timeless. They transition beautifully into the winter months. You can simply swap out the dried wheat for a bit of evergreen later on, and your home remains cohesive. Using these handmade items also encourages us to shop our own homes or look for treasures at local estate sales and church bazaars. Many of these white textiles have survived for decades because they were made with care and were easy to launder. When we choose a hand-hemmed linen runner or a sturdy crochet basket Over a mass-produced plastic decoration, we are choosing quality and soul. We are creating a home that reflects our values, a home that is personal, useful, and full of quiet beauty. As we move into this new season, I hope you find joy in the simple act of layering your home with these white, nostalgic textures. It doesn't take a lot of money or a complete room makeover to make a house feel like a home. Often, it just takes one thoughtful, handmade detail placed with love. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today in my cottage. If you enjoyed these ideas for a nostalgic white fall, I'd love for you to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to join our little community here at Sweet Vintage Home. It's so wonderful to share these traditions with you all. Until next time, keep your home cozy and your heart full. Bye for now.